Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Massmayor here, and I am extremely excited for this one. Welcome in for episode 1 for Puppet Master the game. Just for clarification, this is actually something I played before, though not this release of it. This is the official Steam release that just released today. Irony of this being that the most recent movie in the series, Dr. Death, which has gotten very much mixed reviews, released like last year. Didn't even know about it. Didn't know it was already out. But Dr. Death, he was like a character from Retro Puppet Master. I was actually watching that today, and I was just kind of scrolling through. I was like, wait, when's the release for Puppet Master the game? Have they actually updated anything on Steam? Sure enough, found out it was actually released today. So, irony there, especially something else I'm actually gonna, be pointing out too. So, I'm really stoked about this, because this is my absolute favorite horror series of all time. Like I said, I played versions of the game in the past. On my YouTube channel, there's the interactive teaser, which technically was like just fancy way for them saying demo, and in the past, I've also live streamed the multiplayer prototype, which was released back around 2015. So these are much more dated versions of this game. This started development back around 2012 by October Games. Originally started as a fan game, and around 2019, Charles Band and his studio Full Moon Entertainment, used to be Full Moon Features, used to be Full Moon Entertainment. Charles Band was the one that he runs Full Moon, and he was the one that created the Puppet Master series. So they got an official endorsement by the creator of the series and his studio, and this ended up becoming an official game. And God, that music right there is just so iconic. That's the main Puppet Master theme. You can see I'm fanning out over this because I'm so excited. So when me and a few other streamers, we played the multiplayer teaser, you could tell it was definitely dated, but it was still so much fun. It was really easy to kind of just get a multiplayer session started. But it didn't have any kind of single player mode. But as you can see right here, this game has a single player. It's got multiplayer. It's got this thing called the Puppet Trunk. I checked out just a little bit. I'll show you guys that in a second. But for those who may not be familiar with the series, Puppet Master is a horror movie franchise that started around 1989, again by Charles Band and his studio, originally Full Moon Entertainment, before it became Full Moon Features. And the series is about this puppet master named André Toulon, who, without spoilers, because I want to try anyone that might be interested in this series who may not have heard of it, because it's definitely got more of a, it's a more niche horror series, not Friday the 13th and stuff like that. It's more or less known, but it's definitely got a cult following. But the movies are about this puppet master named André Toulon, who learns the secret to reanimating, basically giving life to things. So he basically does this with these puppets that he creates, all of them which you can see right here. And he pretty much, imbues these puppets with the souls of people who have departed. And it basically gives them a new lease on life, but also gives this whole thing where they have to have servitude to whoever is their current master, whoever's in control of them, or whoever currently possesses them. And this reflects on them. In the original movies, they were evil. In some of the movies, they became good. It was all based around the moral alignment of whoever it was that they were under the, servitude of. Whoever, was controlling them. I don't know if they really actually specified how someone would control the puppets, but I guess it's maybe they chose who their master was, or maybe the master manipulated them, who knows. But whatever the case, the series is, you know, it's definitely like a lot of 90s cheese. It's definitely like, you know, some of the got like cringy acting, you know. It's not, you can definitely tell the movies are not Hollywood budget, and that's what's beautiful about them. They're just, you know, just pure 90s, you know, horror cheese, like, in its finest. You know, the puppets, like, you know, have like a lot of stop motion mechanics to them. But I've always loved the design of the puppets. My favorite's always been, you know, my favorite two are Blade and Torch. But each one has their own personalities, their own abilities. And they have, like, you can kind of like see I guess maybe the personalities for like who they were in their former lives. Possibly. But you can kind of see each of them has their own little personality. They've got their own little abilities and stuff. And now, as you can see, they've all definitely got their own appearances. So, with that said, this series has garnered, like I said, it's got cult status. So there's been action figures, there's been comic books, which I've got, you know, the entire run for the Action Lab stuff. So you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I actually really love these books because it expands on the lore of the movies. You know, a lot. It basically ties up, like, actually, you know, brings in, like, you know, some plot holes the movies have, because the timeline of the movies are definitely all over the place. Things are convoluted chronologically. There's, like, a lot of, like, errors in regards to things that happen at certain events, like something that happened in the first movie. It kind of, like, there's, like, in regards to something that happens to André Toulon, it contradicts something, like, the events of Puppet Master 3. It's really tricky to kind of, like, really explain a lot of this. But whatever case, I absolutely love these movies. Obviously, about me, you know, fanning out, like, kind of like having like a bit of a fangasm here over them. So, before we actually get started with this, something else that, you know, basically I kind of like want to do is there's going to be a little bit of unboxing I'm going to be doing during this stream in just a second. So, recently, I, you know, unboxed this on stream. The fact that I, you know, picked this up at Books A Million. This is for 2 of the puppets. You can actually see, right there on the, right side of the trunk. That's, you know, Tunler and Pinhead right there. And I managed to, you know, I found this up at Books A Million. They've been up there for months, and I finally grabbed it. You can see the puppets here are, like, they're just, like, little, small, highly detailed action figures, but they're nowhere near as tall as they are in the series. They're, like, about 12 feet tall in the movies. But still, you know, I wanted these because it's, like, it's probably, like, one of the most detailed collectibles you can find for them. I did have, like a full-size Blade doll at one point. And hopefully at some point I can track it down again. It's pretty, like, when you find online, it's usually, like, pretty expensive. So, yeah, I got this, but this kind of, like, goes hand in hand. Again, like, I was talking about the irony of the fact I was watching Dr. Death earlier. Still haven't finished the movie. I'm going to probably finish it up after my stream tonight. Because it's most recent in the Puppet Master series. It's the second, like, movie they did where it focused on a single puppet. Which the first one, Blade, the leader of the puppets, he got his own movie, like, a few years back. And Dr. Death, you know, got his own movie. Personally, I would like to see them do, like, a movie focal on maybe Six Shooter or maybe Tunler. But I don't know. I mean, I guess, like, Dr. Death, for some reason, just, like, had, like, his own some kind of quirkiness, or maybe like some kind of little cult following from, I think he actually was like one of the more popular puppets from Retro Puppet Master. But anyways, I'd like to see like them do more solo movies, like maybe even one for Jester, because obviously he's got his, I'm pretty sure, you know, Jester could probably have like a pretty, you know, neat movie only for himself. So what I was saying is that I was watching Dr. Death earlier, and that's when I was just kind of like looking up, you know, seeing when the game was going to release. Sure enough, it said Puppet Master, the game was already out. It released literally today. I didn't even know about it. So coincidental there, but another thing that's coincidence is the fact that something I had arrived in the mail today. Almost like the stars aligned or something. So it's unboxed right here. So I just showed you guys the figures I have of, once again to show this, the figures for Tunler and Pinhead. And this arrived today, and the box is kind of a little bit bent up, but don't really matter to me. They're mine. And what else arrived in the mail today was my... Velcro's a little tight on this. Yeah, there we go. My ultimate figures for Blade and Torch. So these are 2 of my absolute favorite puppets out of them. It's kind of like, I guess, like my 4 favorites. I don't know. I mean, these are basically, I guess, like the most iconic ones. Welcome in, Sarens. So yeah, Blade and Torch are like very popular. Torch made his debut in Puppet Master 2, but he was like one of the more elusive puppets because never really, you know, full on explained exactly who his original soul belonged to. In the Action Labs comics I showed you, they give him more backstory. But each of the puppets in the movies actually are kind of explained. Like Herman, that's who Pinhead originally was. It was a truck driver named Herman. I think it's Herman Krautz or something. But he was killed because he was taking food to Jewish immigrants. He had like a really kind heart. Because another thing is, like, in Puppet Master 3, like, the puppets actually, battle, the Nazis and everything. So in Puppet Master 3, they're basically, good. So, and things kind of, like, change in the other movies where they can be good or evil. And Tunler, his name was originally Sebastian something. I can remember the first names in a way, but not the last ones. And he, like, died, like, working in salt mines. So you can see, like, things kind of, like, really kind of, reflect them. Tunler, died in the mines, and he's got a drill on his head. Jester was someone who liked, I think he was like a joke shop, or he was a book, I think he was like a bookstore keeper who liked to play pranks. So Jester, of course, reflects that he used to be a trickster. And Leech Woman, her story's more involved. I'm not going to explain who exactly she is. But yeah, the puppets actually do kind of, you can see like reflections of who they used to be. Six Shooter, I think he's another one that's more elusive. They gave him more backstory in the Action Lab comics. But yeah, I personally would like to see them do something else with these in regards to these figures. I would like to see like a set, like sets for the other ones. I'd like to see them do one for Decapitron and Leech Woman for specific reasons related to the plot. And obviously that would lead like the other two puppets. I would like to see them do Jester and Six Shooter, because I say that Jester and Six Shooter would be a good, like, one for a set, because they both are kind of tricksters in a way. Because Six Shooter's always smiling. He always say he has this little iconic laugh that he does. It's like a he, like just like a little snicker. And him and Jester are always smiling. Well, Jester has like, a rotating face, but they kind of both have little trickster aspects of them. But whatever the case, I'm done rambling. I want to go ahead and get started on this. So yeah, you guys just saw me like nerd out like crazy. I haven't even started the game yet. But like I said, I have played versions of this in the past, but I'm really excited to see like the updated version of this, because what I played before, like I said, this game's been in development for like about over 10 years now, and it's just nice seeing like an official release, backed by Charles Band and Full Moon, because again, it started out as just like a fan game. So you think about the fact that these guys that started this game, October Games, they actually did this as fans of the series. You could tell, like, by the original demos, and then like the actual creator, gave them assets, like, music and stuff to use in the game, and then like fully endorsed it. That had to be like a dream for these guys, and I can only hope this game actually takes off. It is free to play on Steam. So I'm hoping that like that actually does like, people, this not only like introduces people to this game, but introduces like people to this series, and actually, because Puppet Master's still going strong as like a horror, series. There's still more entries. It's had like over, I think, about like 10 to 12 movies now. So hopefully this actually introduces like more people to Puppet Master. This is like my favorite horror movie series of all time, and I'd like to see more people actually know about this. So anyways, going to switch over to my other input. We're going to go and get started. Okay, so, like I said, I want to start us off with the puppet trunk, because this is something that was, like, really cool that I, kind of checked out a little bit earlier. We're going to be playing the single-player mode tonight. I already told Deceptus about this, because he did play, like, aspects of the, several rounds of the multiplayer mode with me before, the multiplayer prototype. So once I get moved into my new house, I'm pretty sure he's going to be jumping on board, because he said he was going to go ahead and download the game tonight. So at least I'll be ready. I'm going to tell Mickey GP43 about this, and see if I can get other people in, possibly play alongside us. Like Red Wolf, she played around with us before. I'm gonna see if she wants to be in on trying this out, trying an updated version of it. So anyways, the puppet trunk, this was something that the multiplayer prototype didn't have, and I like this because it actually shows the puppets here and everything, so it gives you like ideas on, I guess, how they play. Another thing about this, Six Shooter wasn't playable in the multiplayer prototype. I guess he's playable in this game now. So originally you could play as Blade, Tunler, Jester, Pinhead, Leech Woman, Torch, but you couldn't play as Six Shooter, so he's available now. We're going to go back into that in a second. Go into factions. So we got like 3 here. I think his name is Max. He's supposed to be like a, I guess like maybe like kind of like a design. Well, not actually, no. In the multiplayer prototype, I think they based the designs on the human characters off of the, the, like, I guess I think they were called, like, in the credits of Retro Puppets, and they were called the Toughs. Like, first Tough, second Tough. Like, basically, like, hired, guns for, like, the main foe of the, movie. And a lot of the franchise, like one of Toulon's arch enemies, Sutek. And he basically enlisted them, like, made them, it was like some of his minions. He basically went to try to snuff out those who knew the secrets of the formula, because originally it was Sutek's formula, and Toulon started using it himself, and Sutek wasn't really too happy about that. Obviously, Sutek's like an Egyptian god, from what I remember correctly in this. I think he actually is, I think in Egyptian mythology, I think Sutek is a god. Not entirely sure. But whatever the case, in Puppet Master series, he's an Egyptian demon who, had the whole secret to reanimation and immortality, and Toulon was taught these secrets by a sorcerer And that's how Toulon basically utilized it to give his puppets life. So yeah, so, well, just called him Agent, I guess? I thought his name was supposed to be Max. Well, I mean, it looked like he's seen some shit. It says right here, a Nazi spy sent to steal André Toulon's secret formula and learn how he reanimates his puppets. Your career as entertainer is over here, Toulon. Alright, and it shows his stats, health, agility, speed. Strength is his highest stat. Everything else is, like, kind of balanced out. So I guess, like, the way it's supposed to be designed is that they're, of course, gonna be stronger than the puppets. So if you got, like, a team of puppets, like, it's probably gonna have, like, less humans than puppets, and you have to, like, and you work together to take them down. So it says Luger. Luger is a German semi-auto pistol that has 7 rounds per mag. Kick will knock out a puppet for 6 seconds while causing minor damage and send them flying. Running will strengthen the effect. Smack will knock out a puppet for 4 seconds while causing minor damage. So I kind of like this because this is something that was pretty common in the movies. Like the puppets, you know, if they, you know, ganged up on you, you were basically through. But usually, like, you know, one-on-one encounters, like a lot of the time, namely this happened like a lot with Pinhead. Yeah, I think more than anyone. Usually happened with Pinhead, I think, above anyone else. Because Blade, usually, if he got up on you, where you basically were probably about done. And Tunneler, they did get the upper hand on Tunneler in a few of the movies. But usually Pinhead was the one that got thrown around a lot. Like, he'd get kicked or got it, at one point he had his head pulled off and everything. Just able to reattach it. So I see like how, you know, they kicked him and sent the puppet flying and ragdoll, because that was a common thing in the movies where the puppets would go flying, and then they'd kind of like have to recollect themselves. Because it was heavily implied, of course, that the puppets could feel pain. Namely considering a moment with Leech Woman in the second movie. So yeah, it says like different skins right here. So far he's only got 1. But they did say they were going to be like, you know, adding more skins, and it was going to probably be like, you know, maybe if they, because the skins going to be free to play, but I'm guessing some skins are going to have, like, you can actually purchase them. And I don't mind that, you know. I'd like to actually, you know, support them. You know, consider how long they've been at this and finally getting the game out. I wouldn't mind, like, you know, paying some money for some skins. Weapons, so default, alright, so you go 2 and 3, alright, so you can get a crowbar. I don't know, that's loadouts. I think that's actually loadouts. Trying to see. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I know in the original he had a shotgun. So maybe something you have to unlock. Like in, you know, the multiplayer thing, he had a shotgun. So we're gonna go over to this one now, and this is, of course, Dana Hadley from the first movie. She definitely looks like very different how she looked in the movie, but of course I can understand, you know, they're trying to, make her look, you know, I guess, I mean, I was guessing they probably weren't gonna be able to get her as accurate to the actress, but still the clothes are pretty much on point. Psychic was sent to uncover the mysterious death of Neil Gallagher. I prefer to think of myself as a nasty bitch. Probably didn't really get like her accent that well, but yeah, she was probably like one of the, I would say, in my view, out of like the human characters in the first movie, she was probably like, you know, the most quirky, probably like most interesting, because she had like, you know, she had like the most personality out of all, like, you know, the main human cast. Obviously the puppets were like the main point of the first movie. They're the main ones in the franchise, you know, they're the ones that steal the show. But out of the human characters, Dana was probably like the one that was definitely like the most quirky, probably like the most interesting, and definitely had like the most personality. The other ones kind of fell a little flat, but, you know, not knocking the actors or the script. Again, this is like, you know, just good old, you know, 90s, you know, horror cheese, and again, I'm there for it. And so obviously she's got a lot of strength, stealth is her best quality, same with speed. Agility, her health is low, and I can kind of understand that considering things that happened in the first movie. Don't really want to spoil it, but yeah, I can see this. Alright, so what she got? She's got a wine bottle. That makes sense. There's a reason why I say that. Aim and throw a wine bottle to do massive damage. Will kill most puppets in one hit, except maybe the tankier one. So this basically means this wouldn't work on Pinhead. Kind of makes sense also considering like what happened with her and Pinhead in the movie. First one. So she can kick, she can smack. Effigy, and they bought in her effigy. Reveals nearby puppets that are within range. This was another aspect of the movie, because the thing with her is that she wasn't just a psychic. She kind of like, you know, had qualities like basically where she did like, you know, stuff pertaining to like, you know, witchcraft, I guess. So I can understand that. Skins. Figure she's only gonna have 1 skin. All she's got is a crowbar and the wine bottle. I'm just picturing like, you know, you're just playing, you're just running towards her as a puppet. She just pelts you with the wine bottle and damn, you're done. That would suck. I don't even know if I actually would want to respawn. Alright, was that everything for Dana? Alright, perks. Are coming soon. Did the other guy have perks? Yeah, so it says coming soon, so he doesn't have any perks. But it says coming soon, so I'm guessing they're still developing. Now, again, this game is in early access, so they don't actually have, like, all that available yet. Now, Neil Gallagher. Boy, they made him creepy. I was hoping they would. I mean, this guy, like, just... massive level creepazoid. I mean, exactly what I was hoping they were going to. They actually made him, like, you know, look scarier than he looked in the movie. A ruthless and maniacal man driven by a selfish desire to steal André Toulon's secrets for his own gain. I'm tired of experimenting with silly puppets. Where they got you. Not gonna say anything else in regards to that. But anyways, yeah, his health, of course, is at the max. Understandable why that's the case. Strength, stealth, agility, and speed. Health is his top thing, and it kind of makes sense because he was technically the final boss in the movie. Alright, now let's get on to the interesting part of this. Well, I mean, not to say that wasn't interesting. I like how they gave him like a little bit of lore right there and explained their stats. Because when we played because when me and Deceptus, and, you know, David and Nutt and a few others played the multiplayer prototype, we had to kind of like do some guesswork to understand how the puppets worked. Because they each had like separate stats. I like the fact that they did, you know, update this to where you can see their stats in this one. So we're going to start off with, of course, the leader. We're going to start with Blade. Blade uses stealth and cunning to get dropping his prey. You will be afraid. I think that's probably a line from Puppet Master 3. I need to brush up on it. So let's see here. Stiletto. Blade's deadly stiletto and hook hands can deal devastating damage if timed correctly. Dash. Press the one ability button to dash in the direction you are moving. 0.5 seconds. Alright, so he gets invincibility frames while he's doing this. An evil eye. Press the ability 2 button to shoot out your bullet eyes, allowing you to see your prey through walls for 3 seconds. That's pretty neat. He never had that in the movies, but that's a pretty cool concept. That he can actually shoot his eyes out, and it lets him see through walls and all that. And it makes sense because, you know, Blade was usually always seen as the one that, like, silently stalked his prey and, like, was the one that would, like, was able to kind of move around the environments the best and usually get the drop on them. A lot of times with Blade, you know, he'd, like, come in when you didn't think he was going to. So that makes sense. Check his weapons, see if there's anything for loadouts. Okay, so he's actually... Oh, that's cool. Alright, so with the experience, you actually can get, like, changes to his hands. Alright, so Rusty. Give him a bad case of tetanus. And you can actually kind of see him right here. So it's kind of funny with this because, like I said, I had, like, a full-size Blade doll years ago. Looked just like he came out right of the movie. And he had, like, you know, blood all over his coat and all that. And it had, like, the blood on the stiletto and the hook almost just like this one, I remember. But I do like you can kind of, like, preview them. Oh, that's actually sleek as heck right there. Like how it actually has that shine to it. Alright, that's really neat. Alright, so that's the emotes. Does he have a throat slit? Alright, so of course he's got that. Okay, so... I don't know how you can clap, but... Celebrate. Laugh. Oh. That's perfect, though. Alright, but you need experience points to unlock them, apparently. So I don't have any emotes. Okay, so I have to unlock my emotes. Perks. Alright, does have any perks. Let me see, skins. Okay, and of course I got the Bloody Blade one. See, again, this is just like the... That's exactly like the doll, like the one I had. That's basically dead on like the way it looked. In movie Puppet Master 3. Okay, so you actually can make them look like, you know, the movie variants of them. So they look more like their movie counterparts, which they already do. So it just doesn't really think it changes much. It just changes his hair a little bit. I'm probably still gonna stick with this. But I would like to have the Bloody Blade one. Alright. So this is neat how they have all this. And of course, it's, well, his health, so... That was the thing with Blade. At times, usually when he showed up, it was usually like he got to jump on someone, but it seemed like the times that he was like in a straight up fight, he didn't exactly do the best most of the time. So I understand, like, basically he'd be more along the lines of one that you have to, like, you know, try to basically probably, like, you know, dash and, you know, attack and then, you know, get out of there. Figured that's probably like how that was possibly gonna be. So stealth, of course, that's like the strong point. So yeah, it's basically like kind of like designed to where, like, you know, maybe like other puppets would, like, you know, he kind of like maybe would play like a support role, maybe. Like, you know, you attack someone and then, like, you know, plan your attacks properly and then run. It's kind of like how I did it with, like, him when we played the prototype. Alright, Tunneler. Okay, surprisingly, Tunneler's got more health here. Because originally I thought, like, Tunneler was like a glass cannon previously. Of course, his strength at top, stealth at top. Agility is terrible. Speed. Tunneler ambushes prey by running into them head first. I think someone's in the room, Frank. I know exactly what that one's from. That was a line from Puppet Master 1. Tunneler's drill can barrel into his prey, causing them damage. Stun while revealing them to other puppets. So apparently when he attacks someone, it'll reveal their location to someone. Press the ability button to send a tunneler charging a battle at aggressive speed. Okay, so yeah, that's basically his trademark in the movies. How he actually got his first kill in the movies. Like, cause he basically, you know, he barrels at you like high speed, like, you know, head down, as you probably will figure he does. See about his weapons. Alright. So of course a bloody drill. Chrome drill. And a golden drill. That's just hilarious, just walk around with that. Just walk around with a golden drill. Alright, what about his emotes? I think I know what his threaten's gonna be if he's got a threaten one. I don't know how he would laugh. So I figured if he did a threaten, the drill would just like, you know, would just charge up, would just start turning. Because that's how he actually threatened a few people in the movies. Alright, so he shares a lot of blades. I think the laugh, I don't think Blade had that one. Alright, he doesn't have any perks, of course. Emotes, alright, weapons, skins. I believe that one's probably like, you know, reference to Puppet Master 3. Okay, Stealth Tunneler. Alright, and movie Puppet Master 4. Okay, yeah, because they changed up his eyes in Puppet Master 4. In the previous ones, like, his eyes, usually, he had them, like, really, you know, they were really, like, you know, narrow. Like this. And honestly, for some reason, this is the reason why I actually was kind of creeped out by him a lot, you know, when I watched this as a kid. But then Puppet Master 4 and Puppet Master 5, they kind of, like, made it where his eyes were, you know... I mean, he's always had, like, these creepy bug eyes. But, like, in Puppet Master 4 and 5, you know, they kind of made it where they, like, you know, they were, like, larger. Probably gonna, like, maybe stick with, like, you know, the OG. Because he has, like, different, like, you know, uniforms he's worn in the movies. I believe that this is, like, of course, like, you know, based around Puppet Master 3. Unless I'm kind of, like, just kind of, like, going through them. Like, we're gonna get into, like, the, story mode, like, the single-player mode just in a minute. Alright, so next up would be Jester. Surprisingly... Wait, does Jester have more health than Tunneler? He does. Jester has more health. I feel like Jester would probably be, like, a support role, too. Let's draw attention to himself by constantly taunting his prey. So he's like a distraction. While assisting other puppets with various tools. Always joke, as a friend of mine would say. I figured this was going to be the case with Jester, because that's how he plays in the movies. Usually he tries to pose as a distraction to, like, get, like, the attention of, like, whoever, like, the puppets are dealing with, so they can, you know, go in for the attack. So, let me see. Health. Okay. I can understand that, because, you know, playing a support role, you can't really do your job well if you die in one hit. So this basically means, like, you know, you pretty much, you know, can take, like, a lot of hits, distracting, you know, your opponent, and then, like, the other, you know, players could attack. So his strength's not the best, so he can't really probably, like, you know, do much killing on his own. Stealth is decent. Agility, of course, so that way means, like, you can take some damage, you can, like, you know, move around really fast, so it's hard for someone to hit you. Yeah, I think this actually is a really good balance for Jester. Knife, slice and dice your prey by using the knife's primary and secondary attacks. He had the dart in the multiplayer prototype. Harass your prey from a distance by throwing sharp darts at him. Each hit does minor damage exposed to their location to other puppets, so it also tags them. So it's like a tagging shot. I like the concept of that. Like, you be at the end of a hallway, you just pelt someone with a, you know, just pelt them with a, dart, and have them coming after you. And this also could work, because if you have, like, the other puppets nearby, you can, like, try to, like, flank someone. So, like, he could attack them, and then, like, try to lead them somewhere, and then the other puppets could be, like, waiting behind doors or something. And Elixir. Shot tool on secret formula will heal. Oh, he can heal, too, so he's actually a healer. He didn't have this in the prototype. A shot tool on secret formula will heal the other puppets by 100 health. Must be within range. Has 3 charges. That's neat. Alright, press ability 1 button to dodge attacks. 2 seconds. He gets invulnerability frames with this, or invincibility frames. Party popper. Press ability 2 button to place a party popper on the ground that when triggered will knock out and reveal your prey. That's actually hilarious. They really, like, nailed Jester to it, like, really gave him, like, some perks he never really used in the movies, but, like, really, like, kind of fit him so well. So weapons, so he's got, like, a bloody dagger, chrome one, and a gold dagger. That's his dart. And this also does kind of make sense for something to happen in Puppet Master 2. Let's see. They have to have his head spin. Alright, yeah, they got the head spin. Alright, that was what I was hoping for. I kind of accidentally like referenced something he did in one of the movies right there too, because he did do like a point in one of the movies because he was trying to get the other puppet's attention, and he had like the exact same face. All right, let me switch his Let me see. The only thing I wish is that maybe they'll animate this better, but I wish that like, you know, the hat, because when he spun his head around in the movies, like the hat like twirled around like, you know, a lot better, but here it's like a much less animated. But I mean, again, they said it's in early access. I'm pretty sure it's gonna like take them time. Maybe that's something they'll implement it, but I think it'll be cool if they actually gave that more sway mechanics. Because you see like his hat's already like somewhat animated. So obviously we got like the come on thing again. That a lot that he shares with Blade and Tunneler. Okay, and he's got the laugh. I don't think Blade had the laugh one, but he had the threaten one. But see, of course, we have like his different because these are like the main emotions that he had. I think he always had like 3 emotions he would show. It'd either be sadness, mischief, or shock. He never really showed like anything where he was angry or anything, I don't believe. Okay, so the mischief head, the shocked head, and the sad head, like you have to unlock those. Alright, let's see. Of course he doesn't have any perks. Let's see the skins. Alright, so we got Bloody Jester and yeah, kind of like you can see like where it's kind of like a little more less detailed. I don't think, did he have his hat in the first movie? I can't remember. I don't know if he actually had the hat. I can't recall. I think he actually may have like may not have had his hat. He just like had like, you know, I gotta go back and look. I never even actually really thought about that. All right, so Pinhead's next. All right, Pinhead's brutish strength. I figured his strength was gonna be through the roof, and he was got the most health. He obviously is the bruiser of the puppets. He's the tank. Doesn't have the best agility, doesn't really have much speed nor stealth, but you know he's got the most health and the most strength. This is how he was in the prototype, the multiplayer prototype. Pinhead's brutish strength gives him the edge with a massive amount of health, allowing him to take abuse when closing on his prey. Stay away from the fireplace. Dana said that in the first movie, with good reason. Slow your prey down by continually pummeling them. Each hit does minor damage and stun. And he's got his wrench. So he's got the wrench. I can't remember which movie he used the wrench in. I think it was I think it was the second. I can't remember when he used the wrench. I know he used the wrench in one of the movies. Charge powerful swing to cause critical damage. Great against down humans. I don't think he had the wrench in the prototype. He can throw a brick now. Hold the ability 1 to pull a brick out and release. Chuck at your prey. Temporarily knocking them out. Brute passive. This is a passive ability. Pinhead's sturdy build prevents him from being knocked out by pushes and kicks. Kind of makes sense because in the movie, he was kicked and thrown around, but he just got right back up. He didn't actually get knocked out by it or anything. All right, so skins. So they got a Bloody Pinhead one and Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys Pinhead. Surprised that one's in here. Really, there's not really much difference to it. They just changed the color of his pants and his shirt. All right. So he's only got like 1 fist, of course. That's his only thing, like, which is the fists. Unless they were gonna like make his hands golden or something. All right, emotes. Let's see what he's got for emotes. They bought. Okay, yeah. I was hoping they were gonna bring that in. So we'll get to it. So he can wave like. Got 2 waves. That's kind of odd. He's got 2 waves. Thumbs up. So this is an iconic thing for Pinhead from the movies where he actually scratched that little head of his. So I like that they actually even went as far as adding that in. That's a pretty nice little touch. Because there was like multiple times in the movies where like Pinhead would like, you know, kind of like scratch his head. So just the attention to detail on this. All right, Leech Woman is next. Her stats are mostly average aside from the strength. Surprised her health isn't lower. They definitely updated like her model very well. Like they updated all the character models a lot compared to the multiplayer prototype. So she's got her dagger, of course, slice and dice. Alright, let me see. Leech Woman drains her prey's blood, preventing them from recovering quickly. Leeches, they suck a life's blood away. So I wonder if it actually might be that maybe she can regain health? Let me see. So dagger, of course, slice and dice your prey by using the dagger's primary and secondary attacks. Each attack will give Leech Woman a small amount of health. Okay, so she can actually take health from someone. Alright, hold the ability 1 button to hawk up a leech and let it go to spit it out. Each leech that hits will slowly drain your prey's health for 7 seconds. So she does damage over time. Leech Trap. She didn't have this. She had these 2 in the original, in the prototype, but not the Leech Trap. Hold ability 2. Button to hawk up a leech and let go to spit it out on the ground. If your prey walks over it, it's like a proximity mine. You'll slowly drain their health for 12 seconds. Alright, so she's basically like a mine thrower, I guess, in a way. Well, not really mine thrower, but... I don't know. I guess... Well, that's basically like a proximity mine. This is just like... damage over time projectile. See what her skins are? She's probably got a bloody skin. Oh, they reference Puppet Master 2. Ha! They really went in with the lore on this. So that... And I like that. It kind of makes me think in ways, the Savani skin from Friday the 13th that everyone wanted so much, but you couldn't get it, like, after, like, there's a particular thing you had to do, and otherwise you couldn't get it. It makes you think of that, like the Savani Jason from the Friday the 13th game. So I'm having a feeling chances are a lot of people are probably going to be using this, more than likely. If the game takes off. Because this was, like, one of the more iconic moments of the movie, of Puppet Master 2. And, let's just say it didn't really go well for the person who did this, the Leech Woman. But it also kind of like goes hand in hand with the whole continuity thing. Because I just kind of go and say this without, like, because I don't really want to spoil too much for the movies for those who may not watch them. Leech Woman, as you can probably figure right here, she died in the second movie. But in later movies, she was brought back. So there's definitely like continuity issues with the Puppet Master series. Alright, now Torch. Wait, we didn't check Leech Woman's emotes. I'm having to find which one. I see weapons, of course. I don't know, can you color the leeches? I guess not. She's got a whole bunch of different knife things, kind of like as much as Blade did. She got a rusty knife, bloody, chrome, and a golden knife. And I like how you can buy these with experience, but I know that October Games, I think, said they were going to, like, work on trying to, like, they're going to add, like, more skins you could get. You can probably purchase with microtransactions, but I really don't mind because I would actually like to support the studio. I'm having a feeling some of the skins are probably going to be based around Retro Puppet Master. And probably, like, characters based around Retro Puppet Master as well. Emotes. Let me see. I knew they were going to have something for her puking up a leech. And I like the facial expression. They actually gave her facial expressions when she's doing that. Okay. That's... Alright, so it's a mock leech. And I can see that guy actually can fake someone out. If she did that, and someone's coming at her or whatever, they might think she's about to shoot a leech at him. So that actually could probably have a tactical advantage, methinks. Of course, she doesn't have any perks. Because none of them do. Characters, Torch. And I think I know what one of his emotes is going to be. I'm just going to check it really quick, like. I wonder. I knew it! I knew they were gonna have to do that because, Torch, as you probably can figure, consider fact, like, the flames and everything, he's got a temper. He's probably, like, the most temperamental out of the puppets. And there's a few, like, multiple scenes, like, where he does this, when, he's making it very apparent to someone, like, knows I'm pissed him off. So let me kind of, like, go back in there. Alright. Torch ambushes his prey with fire and brimstone. Burn it all down, sort it out later. You, Torch, you will deal with the burning desires with his burning desires in the most appropriate way. That's Puppet Master 2 quote. So he's got decent health, his strength is at the top. Stealth, understandably why he probably wouldn't be too stealthy. I mean, you see that coming a mile away. Isn't the most agile, isn't the fastest. Flamethrower, hold the attack button to light your prey on fire. Last for 7 seconds. Hold the alt fire button to ready your attack. See, I want to see how this is, how much they've differentiated this from the multiplayer prototype. Because it definitely, like, felt really clunky when you used that in the original. But he also had to reload it, of course. Like, when he shot the Torch, he also afterwards, he would have to, like, bang on his hand to actually get working again. And he's got grenades now. Something he never had in the movies, but a pretty nice touch. Press the ability 1 button and shoot a fireball that explodes within 3 seconds, causing severe damage to prey that's when it's ready. So he's got a grenade launcher. Maybe a rocket launcher, depending. So I'm guessing, like, skins. So we got a bloody Torch. Stealth. Can't remember which movie he had this in. But that's hilarious. I can't believe they included this in. Another moment from Puppet Master 2 where he was trying to kill someone and they just sprayed him down with a fire extinguisher and tossed the whole fire extinguisher at him. I like that they actually referenced that. That's actually a costume you can get. That's great. I love that. Alright, finally 6-shooter, who again, you couldn't play as in the multiplayer prototype. You could play as him here. I just hated he was missing. Alright, so strength's at the roof, through the roof. Stealth isn't really, because of the fact that, he uses guns. Health is, I want to say maybe he's about similar, oh, you see, health is, I want to say like maybe his stealth and strength is about the same as... Yeah, I feel his stealth and strength is about the same as Torch. 6-shooter is a deadly sharpshooter with the eagle eye. The quickest 6 guns in the West. This world ain't big enough for the both of us, partner. Pistols. Each one of 6-shooters' hands is packing a chrome pistol. Highly accurate and deadly at long range. And he's got his lasso. Hold the ability 1 button to pull out a lasso and then release it to throw it on the ground as a trap. When triggered, your prey will be rooted in place for 3 seconds. So they made like, they've given like all of them like more stuff they can do now that they didn't have in the prototype. A bloody 6-shooter, of course. And they've got, that's from Axis Rising, I believe. Puppet Master, yeah, because they had like this thing called the Axis series. I think it was Axis, Axis of Evil, Axis Rising, and Axis Termination. There may have been more than that. I can't recall. I need to brush up on it. But I think there was like a trilogy of them. They kind of like take place before Puppet Master 1. Again, it convolutes the timeline, but again, so let's see. Weapons. I kind of just like, I like the black pistols. Alright, so he's got rusty ones. I don't know how you can reload those. I would definitely probably like go with the black pistols. Emotes. That's his only one, and I'm here for it. It says gun trick 1, so that's chances are it means we're gonna get like some other ones. But yeah. I figured they were gonna have to do that. Because that's like, I think, one of his little trademark things he's done before, where he's like, you know, spun all of his pistols. Because he's got 6 guns, 6 hands, but he's very like, you know, quite ambidextrous. Because there's like, you know, multiple, several movies where he'd be, I think, like, there was a few times where he would shoot someone and he would actually be like, you know, spinning his other pistols while doing so. I can understand why they didn't actually put him in like right away. Because he probably like, they had like really like figured out how to balance him, considering he had the fact that he literally had 6 guns. But then I don't know if like each pistol only fires once. I can't remember if that actually was like ever explained, if he could fire each pistol multiple times. And finally, all right, we already did all that, and so yeah, so they got like one more spot here, and I know who that's gonna have to be for. That's gonna have to be for Decapitron. It's definitely gonna have to be for Decapitron. I'm guessing they took him out to rebalance him or something, because he was in the teaser, or he was in the multiplayer prototype. He was playable. That's the thing. All the puppets in the prototype were available to play except 6-shooter, but in this one, all of them are available to play except for Decapitron. And of course, this doesn't count like the retro puppets, and if you want, like, you know, count the totems in, I haven't seen the totems. They were like a big thing in Puppet Masters 4 and 5. So yeah, I'm really impressed by how they had like all the information right there. You know, you had like all this information for each character's stats, and kind of like have understanding how they play, seeing like all these different things that they add in, like cosmetics, which you can get with XP. I think that's really cool, you know, like how they've kind of like, you know, done all that. And I can't wait to see like what else they do like with balancing this. I also haven't even played the game yet, so there's gonna be more to stream. I just spent like, you know, about, thankfully we're not even at the hour mark yet, but I did want to kind of go into the puppet trunk and explain all of that. But like I said, we're not gonna be doing multiplayer. After I move, Deceptus did say he was gonna like go ahead and get this downloaded tonight, because again, guys, this is free to play. So he said he was gonna download this. So I might actually, you know, like I said, part of me wants to actually try to do something this weekend with him, like for multiplayer. But I want to kind of stick to the plan. Originally, I was supposed to like go on my hiatus last night, you know, after my final Dead Space stream. But I want, after, you know, realizing the day was the release day of this, I was like, no, I'm not gonna miss their. I've been waiting for this so long. I want to get in, you know, and actually play this. So we're gonna be doing single player. They got this one mode here, just one single mode at the moment. I'm thinking that I had more called Toulon's Journals. For some reason, I got this one right here. I booted this up earlier, and, you know, it said they got like one more coming soon. It's gonna have one single page. Don't know exactly where this is gonna be. Because we're gonna be going to 5th floor first. I want to check out both areas here, because I want to see like how much they've changed up how the, you know, the maps look compared to the original. Because previously they had like I believe it was 3 locations. There was like, you know, the Bodega Bay Inn, which of course is where this takes place primarily. Most of the movies take place in the Bodega Bay Inn. Trying to remember, because they had a cabin. The cabin was location from Puppet Master 2. And then they had like, you know, I believe the 5th floor is going to be like, you know, the one that was originally that me and my Deceptus then played primarily in the multiplayer teaser. That was the one like that was mainly the Bodega Bay Inn. In the attic, I'm not entirely sure. because there was like a full outside area that we played at too, but that was like an original map that October Games had made. It was like a Halloween map, and I kind of wish they'd bring that back if they don't have it in this. Hopefully they actually will bring that one back, because that was a pretty fun map for me and the guys to play. We're gonna start off on the 5th floor, but apparently I got this first, so I want to actually play this.
6 December 1939. It is Hanukkah. I know it is not wise to keep a lit candle in the window in the midst of this terrible regime, but I do not care. They will not take this from me. I have lost yet another friend, and I must have the comfort of this small fire and the hope it represents. Herman Strauss was one of the kindest men I have
Pinhead.
ever known.
I'm liking
It
this.
was his kindness that got him killed. He was a truck driver, smuggling food to Jewish families. He simply hated to see people go hungry. No matter the cost to himself, he would always help those in need, especially those who needed it most. This time, the cost was too great, and he was shot. Herman was a gentle giant. A big man with a soft heart. But he knew the value of strength, and even in the kindest of men, there is a rage that must be tempered. I must unleash that rage now, to allow Herman to take his revenge as my newest puppet, Pinhead. That strength shall be his weapon, that raw, brute force that only comes from pain. Where other puppets may be designed to sneak and be stealthy, Pinhead shall be my wrecking ball. He shall be my hammer to bludgeon his killers and all those who commit the injustices he died trying to prevent.
October Games, thank you for that. That's awesome. Okay. They've included more lore in this than basically it was touched on somewhat in Puppet Master 3 without too much spoilers, because I already said at the beginning that's how, like, Pinhead's original name was, he was originally someone named Herman who had went, like, was smuggling food to, Jewish families and everything, because he hated seeing them, suffering and all that. He was really kind-hearted. You can even see that as him as a puppet. I believe it's in the first in Puppet Master 3, Pinhead actually, because Toulon's having to give, like, the elixir to the puppets to keep them going, and what I remember is that Pinhead actually goes last. He actually lets the other puppets have their fill before he does. So it kind of reflects. But I like that they did this, that they actually have these little journal entries. This has me really intrigued to see the others. Like, the voice acting right there, not gonna diss it. It's obviously not the best voice acting in the world and everything, but that's not saying it in a bad way and all that. This is like, for one thing, it fits, like, the whole, concept of the movies, and that the voice acting isn't Hollywood level. Or like the acting, the voice, basically the scripts and everything and the dialogue and such isn't, Hollywood blockbuster levels or whatever. Like, the Puppet Master movies have always been designed, or basically been about being, like, low budget and everything. I like that this game has voice acting, period, in it. And like I said, it was, like, basically average in the sense of being what it needed to be. I'm not expecting, like, going to this and having, like, someone having, like, a professional level, voiceover artist who is, basically, like, very well known or whatever. That was still great. They basically, like, were kind of, like, fitting the whole concept of, like, trying to portray André Toulon. Obviously, like, Guy Rolfe, he's, like, the most iconic, one who played André Toulon most iconically. He's the main one. If you actually are into the Puppet Master series, that Guy Rolfe was the one who was, like, the most recurring actor of Toulon. And, it's obviously unfair to try, like, compare others to him and everything when he was, like, a professional level actor. And this is a studio that actually, it's probably, like, had someone that bought in, who was able to do the acting, but obviously nothing, like, really major budget. They're still being backed by Charles Band and Full Moon, but I think it's just cool that it had someone actually read that off. So, like I said, Guy Rolfe was, like, the most iconic. Toulon was played by multiple people. Hilariously, I cannot remember, like, who else he voiced. Oh yeah. The one who played Toulon first chronologically in the, well, actually, in regards to the first Puppet Master movie, not saying chronologically in regards to, chronologically IRL, the first one that, to play Toulon, his role in the movies wasn't really that long. He just played Toulon for about, like 5 minutes before, particular scene with Toulon where he died. But I didn't actually notice until recently when I looked him up that the guy that played Toulon in Puppet Master 1 was the same one who voiced Dr. Finkelstein in Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, which I think is actually pretty awesome when you think about it. Because Dr. Finkelstein is, of course, known for bringing life to Sally, you know, who was a rag doll. And here it is. We've got André. He also played André Toulon, who brought life to puppets. In other words, like an artificial, you know, something that looks like a human being but isn't human. So I think that's actually a pretty neat little coincidence. But yeah, there was others that played Toulon throughout the movies. I believe there was like someone else different played him in Puppet Master 2. And Guy Rolfe played him from Puppet Master 3 onwards, and again, most iconic out of the Toulons. And the guy that played Toulon in Retro Puppet Master, for anyone who watched The Room, you know, Tommy Wiseau's The Room, keep forgetting his name, but you know him as Oh Hi Mark. When it played Mark, Greg Sabretto, what was his last name? Let me look that up real quick. But he played Toulon in Retro Puppet Master. I probably got his name. I was close. Not Sabretto, Sestero. Yeah, Greg Sestero. He played Toulon in a Retro Puppet Master. So, I'm not gonna knock them coming, you know, bringing out someone in to play André Toulon, because obviously they probably couldn't have got any of them to do so. But the voice kind of sounded like they were trying to match it more towards Greg Sestero's like portrayal of him, because when Guy Rolfe played Toulon, he didn't have like any kind of German accent. In the one that played him in the first movie did definitely have an accent to him, and the one that played him in Puppet Master 2 had the accent. But Guy Rolfe was the only one that didn't actually really put like much of an accent to Toulon. But whatever the case, you know, rambling aside, because I do want to, of course, get into the game itself, and I've been just looking at the features for this for almost an hour now, not counting the unboxing and like, you know, and talking about my love of Puppet Master at the start of the stream. I do like that they have like these things right here that give lore, because this makes this, you know, very much, you know, friendly to those who may not have actually really tried, like, watch the Puppet Master stuff, and it kind of gives them that lore, you know, to make them possibly, you know, get them more interest in it. You know, didn't really touch on it that deeply in regards to what happened with, you know, Herman in the movie. Toulon did mention that, you know, he was a truck driver, like, delivering food to, you know, the Jewish, but it didn't go into that much detail and actually how much it affected Toulon. So that's some nice lore right there. And the fact that I'm thinking it could be possible that Charles Band might actually help them write that. Because again, this is a game endorsed by the guy that created Puppet Master. So obviously we had that for Toulon right there. Without, you know, definitely what this means is that it's gonna like, you know, a detail, like put more detail into the other puppets. So I really like, you know, because I don't even know how I got that one. But that was just cool that they gave like some more backstory to Pinhead. So this means they'll definitely be doing so for Tunneler. Maybe I should get some for Torch. Might actually, you know, get like some official lore for him explaining who he was prior. Because in the Action Lab comics, it's a bit of a spoiler, but it's shown in the Action Lab comics that Torch is actually Toulon's son that was actually, you know, turned into a puppet. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get on into this and actually check this out and see if we can get some more entries here. That was, you know, I like that. That was like really nice that they kind of like, you know, add some more lore in. Okay, so I guess with this, we're gonna be dealing with a bot. So, and I got 3 lives here. So, I'm guessing I'm gonna be dealing with bots. I can pick whichever puppet I want, I assume. Okay, and see, and it even has like their all this right here, like available for someone to have like a little cheat sheet to kind of understand exactly how the puppets work. I'd like to kind of go in with Blade first. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna be trying out each of the puppets more than likely during this. So I'm gonna start with Blade. Let's see how this can go. All right, and it says like, and all right, let's see like that how different things look now. Okay, and of course we start off at the trunk. Okay, so you actually, it's not like it was originally. See, previously, that's a little loud. It was first person. Maybe they might actually change that. Maybe there's actually a way to go into first person, but you're actually seeing like a behind the shoulder view of Blade. All right, you hold down that button to jump. Okay, so yeah, they definitely changed this up. Oh, he's got those J's on, though. Oh, wow. Okay, I can actually see this being like a bit of a strategy. You actually can hang out here for someone to come in and just jump on their ass. All right, he's got like a full combo he does here. I'm just trying to get the hang of things. All right, so Q and... All right, so he's got a quick cooldown there. All right, that's actually neat how he does that. All right, so that's the thing that's basically just like a little dash you can use. So like if someone tries to shoot at you, you can kind of like get out of the way and you can go like different ways with. Okay. It looks like there's can I get up under there? Okay, I can't get up under there, I don't think. I don't think I can crouch. Oh, alright, yeah, I can. Okay. So this is definitely gonna take some getting used to, because this is very different from the multiplayer prototype. Because originally, like I said, it was first person. But you know, I'm not too complaining too much about this. I was making sure my sound was working properly. All right, so they can come here and get a gun if they want, like get the gun. All right, so I'm just trying to, like, you know, kind of get the hang of things here. All right. Let's see. Oh, I can't. And just the sounds he makes, you know. But they really did, like, do a great job with updating, you know, like how the Bodega Bay Inn looks here. They really changed, they overhauled the map like crazy. So I'm gonna tell Deceptus that he definitely, like, you know, needs to kind of, like, you know, just kind of check the sound kit, get more of an understanding, because it plays like a lot differently from what we originally were used to. You know, it's not a bad thing. You know, I like how they updated it. You know, let you actually see the puppet and everything, and then, like, you can tell they, like, put, like, you know, a lot into the animations and all that. All right, let's see if I can see. All right, I almost got my recharge again. I almost got mine. I got a little sprint here too, so. I don't know, did they say that I have to find, like, you know, the pages? I mean, even like the way the bathrooms, like, look, you know, in the movies, like the way the bathrooms in the Bodega Bay Inn looked. I like, you know, the meticulous, you know, level of detail on that. Yeah, they definitely overhauled this game a lot compared to what I originally played. Well, okay then. Alright, so this might be a bit of an experience. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, you want to run now? Oh, you want to run? No, hold on a second. Where the hell do you think you're going? What, really? Okay. Wait, why did it do that? It said I had 3 lives. So, it may be that Blade just might not be the best one to play as normally. Alright, so Torch is a little slower. Now, obviously, I don't have my little ability I had before. Okay, so yeah, this definitely, you know, the AI, it's gonna be a little bit tricky to deal with. My guess is with, Blade, it may not be a good idea to try to play as him on solo. Because, again, they said Blade, like, doesn't hardly have any health, is the problem. So he probably, like, his thing would probably be more along the lines of, like, you know, figuring out where someone is and then telling, like, you know, your teammates so they can go after them. And then, like, you know, try to hit from the shadows. And I can also see, like, being where, like, you know, if there's, like, I think this game has finishers now or whatever. So I could definitely see it where, like, you know, if they're down, if they're prone, have Blade come in and finish them off. I'm gonna get this guy. It says live stream. I don't know why they, like, you know, they made it where I had to switch out from Blade, though. I mean, I probably could have went back in with him. It's right there. Kind of weird. What kind of effigy? Oh. Kill one, destroy 1 totem pyramid, break 10 raven statues, kill 1 agent, return to the puppet trunk. Complete levels Blade, complete all objectives without dying. I don't know if that's like a new lore page I got right there or not. Alright, only problem is I can't really see. Torch is a little bit too big. I'm trying to get back out of here. There we go. I'm gonna get that agent. Just you wait. How high can you jump? Okay, so he's kind of a bit stubby. So what was the other button? Okay. Yeah, they definitely upgraded the fire mechanics here too. I'm gonna blast this guy when I see him. Just you wait. I'm gonna put him on blast so badly. I'm too short. I can't like. There we go. What's this room? I hear something. I want to turn this up just a little bit. This is just like the grandfather clock. I lost a bit of my element of surprise, you know, when I switched out from Blade because I can't see where the guy is now. But speaking of which. I hope this works. Ah, crud. Yeah, come on over here. See what happens. He looked over in this direction. Unless he ran. And you wanted this, dude. Jeez. Okay. Wow. And that's with my health at the max. Okay, these... I think that the bots might be a bit broken here. That might need... The bots might need some rebalancing. Let's try 6-shooter. You know, I definitely like, you know, they did like at least get down like his whole thing when, you know, he's got his target on someone, where he's targeting someone, he basically puts his arms out ready to grapple them. Jeez. Alright, this guy wants to play. Yeah, so I'm thinking it may be possible that they really do need to like balance this before like single player is actually really viable. Maybe I just need to get good. I don't know. What the? Jeez. Yes, he wants to hit someone, he wants to run. Punk. Yeah, come out here and get bopped and see what happens. I'll bop you right beside your big ass head. I'm talking about that, and I got a tiny head, so I guess like any head would probably be bigger, like, you know, be gigantic compared to like comparison to pinheads. But I don't know. It just seems like, you know. See, and then that happens. Okay, so yeah, I kind of feel like they definitely really need to balance out the AI. Because they got like these objectives here and everything, just killing the agent, and it's like, you know, difficult in its own right. Okay. I'm gonna go back in and try again. Like I said, they definitely, like, you know, changed up the balancing in this. They made it like where a game it's like, I mean, personally, I kind of miss like how it was when it was, you know, basically it was just like just wonton, just going, just like, you know, just attacking each other. But now it seems like there's actually definitely some strategy. But it feels like just kind of like, you know, the AI is definitely, I don't even know if you can adjust it, is the thing. That's the thing. It said like, so I thought that was like gonna be like a shot of fireball or whatever. But like I said, I didn't really think it went that far. Maybe it's got game a little bit higher. I'm gonna try again though. I just don't understand like how I got like the one lore page without really doing anything, but now I can't get any of them. One totem, 10 ravens, 1 agent, return to the puppet trunk. I mean, they're talking about like to complete with Blade. I'll be lucky to complete with anyone. So I'm not gonna knock the game. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's definitely a lot of what I wanted it to be, you know, when they completed it or when they got in early access. I mean, that's the thing. It's in early access. You know, of course, it's going to be rough around the edges still, even though it's definitely upgraded a lot compared to what me and Septus had played. So it's definitely, you know, it's... I'm happy with it. I just really, you know, hope they continue to polish it and everything like that. You know, and they said they're going to. I know that, like, as fans of it, you know, of the series themselves, pretty sure October games are definitely going to, like, hopefully balance this out and everything. Or at the very least, like, put, like, a thing in, unless I didn't see it, where you can kind of, like, adjust the difficulty of the bots. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Faust. Yeah, this was, like, something that was, like, you know, really key from the movies. It was basically, you know, that's Mephisto right there, or Mephistopheles, they call it here. It would be cool if they actually did, like, bring him in, because they did kind of, like, bring Mephisto in a way in the comics. So it would be neat if they actually did something with Mephisto and made him playable. Or Mephisto, Mephistopheles. Whatever you want to call it. See, now that right there, like, you know, just like how he just saw me just like that. Yeah. That's one, probably like the only gripe I really got with it. It seems like the bot definitely needs to be, bot mechanics definitely need to be, like, you know, balanced. Or have, like, some kind of slider in or something where you can kind of, like, decide, like, how difficult it's going to be. See, now, what was that? Look, I'm just gonna whoop his ass. Hey, come here. You asked for it, buddy. But go. Oh, shit, there went my brick. That's the thing. The guy's tanky as heck too. I mean, he's tankier than I am. Get back here. I'm just trying to stay behind his. Come here. Just at least take him out. I'll be happy. Don't be running around these chairs. You better respect my master's puppet show. Don't be running in here. Hey, come back here. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I hear him down there glitch. I knocked him to the floor. Holy shit. Okay, well, at least was that a kill? Did that count? I don't think it counted. I think he fell through the floor. That's because I'm a little upset at the fact that in my first kill, he, my kill, he fell through the floor. That's the thing. Pinhead seems like he's probably like the most equipped to deal with them. And if you really like stay up on them, that can help you and everything. My main concern is just if I knock them to the floor and I can't actually really do much else now. That should have counted as a... It says it's kill one agent still up there. Oh crap, I just heard him reloading a gun. Yeah, well I've got, I mean, you've got a gun, that's nice. Whoa! Don't do it. Come here, okay, now see, that's just... What, you mad now? You mad because I knocked you through the floor? Deal with it. Cheater. I'll hit you with another brick. He's got golden eye aim. Like, I'm right here. Who are you kicking? Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with another one if I catch you. He's gonna turn around and try to find me. Alright, never mind. Trying to, like, play it safe. He really is trying to ignore me now. Ah, shit. He just tried... You just tried to donkey kick me? Kick this. I just broke your back. I've had it. You brought it on yourself, dude. Come back here. How'd he heal? Okay. Ooh, you... Come here. You better get these hands. They're ready to eat for everyone, bitch. What? I think he ran out. Here you go. Oh, God, that just looks painful. Ooh, come here. Trying to see if I can take him out before he takes me out. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, damn it, I missed him. Yeah, how's it feel, punk? I'm just gonna stalk you now. I'm just gonna give you a nice big old bopping. Okay, you gonna... What the? Oh, no, you... God dang it. How'd he get back up? I don't understand this game. I don't understand that. You're marked, though, dude. So he got all his health back. Like I said, I just don't understand like how he got back up when he should have been dead, I thought. I guess I gotta understand the game a little bit more, but whatever. I'm not... Stay right on you. You know, I'm knocking your kneecaps out. Don't you walk away from me. Almost had him, too. He was almost dead. Had to go this way. Oh, going somewhere? Oh, you... See, I don't understand that, because, like, my thing is, like, get him down, and then all that happens. Alright, let's try 6-shooter. So, yeah, so there definitely is, like, some balancing that needs to go on here. First, I was gonna get this thing. And 6-shooter is not stealthy at all. Oh, this guy wants to shoot me, I'll shoot him right back. But, like, the way I kind of feel like it needs to go is you have to, like... Oh, no, you don't like it when it's coming back on you, do you? But yeah, like I said, that's one thing I can definitely say about this. There is, like, some definite balancing that needs to be done for the bots. Other than that, I mean, I'm enjoying everything about the game, but... See, blood trail right here. That's the thing. I shot him or whatever, and then afterwards, I couldn't shoot him again. I can like unload like all my rounds into him. Yeah, I really don't get this. Like I said, this is like probably like the only real gripe about this. It says kill one agent incomplete, you know, and that's the thing. That's what's really frustrating about that. In fact, I went in there and I was trying to take that guy out multiple times. And for one thing, it's when they punch at you, when they kick at you and everything, and they keep on doing all that damage. you know, you have to like get close to them to actually damage them there, and they got like that kick and that punch, you know, when they're incapacitated. And that makes it like really hard to kill them in its own right. And then like, you know, you're trying to wear their health down, like you get close, try to hit them, but you risk like taking like damage. It's not like it's doing more damage to you than you're doing to them. And, you know, once they get back up or whatever, they get like a full hit respawn. So that's, or like, you know, full health back. So that's what's really kind of, you know... Yes, it actually referenced Dr. Death right there. So it's had 14 sequels. So it's been like 15 movies. So I'm gonna try Blade again. Like, if I can get up on him or whatever, the only thing about it is that, I don't know. I'm gonna try Blade again. I know I'm gonna lose, but, then again, I haven't tried Tunneler yet. Because, like I said, I wasn't really, you know, I guess in a way expecting to go in this and actually win. Especially, you know, now I'm seeing there, it definitely does feel like there needs to be some balancing done, or at least, you know, have something to where, you know, they, like, I guess, like, maybe like a slider, so you can have, like, you know, you can choose, like, the difficulty. But again, I understand this is an early access game, so I'm not faulting October Games for it. Like I said, I can definitely, like, I really am enjoying, like, the progress they've made on, updating this. I guess the thing, you know, Decapitron's not even available to play as. That says something. Decapitron's not available. The totems aren't in it yet. You can see this game is still at least rough around the edges, but at least they got, like, a version of this. Because I have a feeling like chances are what they did, it's kind of like how it is with, like, a lot of games where multiplayer is the focal point. I feel like what this is, and you know, like I'm not going to fault them for it. This, like, you know, gives, like, a, you know, experience for the game. But I guess, like, they probably, like, you know, prioritize the multiplayer stuff because that's where people are going to probably be spending the most time. And this is just, like, kind of like a... They you kind of like just go and just test yourself, and obviously I'm losing. But like I said, what they really did kind of like balance out the bot, just to be like, you know, great. But they got give you these objectives you gotta do. See that right there. I'm going right back in with Tunneler. I understand it's supposed to be stealth wear, but it seems like, you know, what? Huh? Well, there I am. Alright, now at least I'm doing... No, you wanted this. Okay. So yeah, Tunneler's definitely is, Of course, then that happened. Ragdoll for 3 seconds. I'm gonna get up, just you wait. See, now that right there is the problem. I mean, I understand, like, the puppets can, you know, like, in regards to them getting ragdoll and everything, but this bot is extremely powerful. He's probably about to kill me again, but... trying to close the distance, at least. See? So, yeah. That's the one gripe I've got with this game. Everything else has been great so far, but the bot is, like, just way too, you know, is very unbalanced. I can understand, like, the whole thing with the puppets is that, you know, they're supposed to be able to possibly be taken out because, you know, obviously they get shot or whatever. One thing that's obviously shown in the movies is that, you know, they're not invincible, of course. You know, if you shoot them, I mean, hell, Tunneler in the second movie, like, you know, one part where he gets, like, you know, taken by just someone, like, you know, just, smushing him with a, like a light pole or whatever, or like a lamp pole. But that's the thing. The way I look at this is that they made it where, like, you know, you like just closing, you know, trying to close the gap where, because the whole point is, like, you know, it's basically like you're going up behind the AI, but he can, like, turn around on a dime just like that and come after you. It says, like, Blade stealth is, like, at top tier and everything. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to crouch to get catch one, but my thing is it seems like, you know, you're trying to go after them, and they're already walking fast. So if you're trying to be stealthy, trying to slow down, you're not gonna be able to really, like, catch up with them. And it's like you get close to them, and they turn around on, like, on a dime, and immediately, you know, just have, like, you know, just aimbot, you know, just godly aim where they can shoot right at you, no problem. And that's the thing about it. Blade's health is low. I can see, like, when I get shot with him, and, you know, and I get killed quickly, but it really doesn't make much, you know, much difference when he can just shoot at you no matter what. It seems like they're doing more damage than you do. And Torch, like, his health is all the way through the roof. And I was getting, like, you know, killed quickly when I was playing his Torch. And Pinhead, I lasted a while, but that's because I was able to punch him or whatever and, you know, get him to run away. Tunneler, I was able to do like the most damage with him, it seemed. So he's got like the top strength and everything alongside Pinhead. And it seemed like Tunneler was when I was doing the most damage with, because like it's damage over time, or like, you know, when I damage over time, basically it was collective. And that, you know, when I was hitting him, he does like, you know, a lot of damage very quickly because of the drill. But it definitely feels like there's balancing issues in regards to the bot. And what's made worse by the fact this is just one bot I'm dealing with. So, and this is like the single player mode. So that's like the one gripe I've really got with it so far, and that I'm trying to like, you know, go in and do this. It may just be I just need to focus on the other objectives, not worry about the bot. But still, if I'm actually walking in a room and he comes after me, whatever, has like that godly aim or whatever, it's not gonna really do much anyway. So I guess I'm gonna go back in with Torch for now. And like I said, you know, this isn't, I mean, like I said, it's a gripe. Is kind of like, you know, speaking on this as in a form of constructive criticism. You know, not outright hating the game, because like I said, I'm loving this. You know, this is like leagues above like what me and Deceptus, you know, played a few, you know, months back. But definitely, you know, they did say that it is in early access. But I'm going to say this game definitely does still need like work in regards to the mechanics. I mean, it's definitely playable. But I'm pretty sure, like, with this, I'm going to spend, like, a lot more time with, like, you know, the multiplayer course and the single player. And that's obviously what, you know, October games, like, probably expected. You know, for, like, you know, they want this to be, like, multiplayer, you know, primarily over single player. But I still wish that they'd have, like, you know, the bot kind of balance, like, for a single player experience. And maybe there was, like, a slider or something I might have missed. But I didn't see anything. So... But mainly I just kind of want to play. It's just kind of like taking in, like, you know, the atmosphere and everything, seeing, like, what all the changes. And, like, one thing, you know, like I said, the puppets are actually, you know, it's no longer first person. I kind of miss that. I love the first person perspective. See, now that time, you walked right by me and everything. Okay, and that's the other issue I got there. I was right up on him, shooting him with that thing or whatever. So I shot him multiple times right there, and it seemed like nothing was done. And now actually... Okay, so it's a certain amount of time before it explodes. But see, then, like, suddenly he just speeds off like a bat out of hell. See, now this time he's not even shooting at me. Okay, he just kicked the shit out of me right then. Sorry, if he gets right over here and then kicks me... Alright, fine. See what this does. See, and that barely did any damage to him, it looked like. Like I said, it's that kick right there that's like one of the main things. And now he's just gonna hang out right there, just, you know, spam shots on me. Like I said, this definitely can use some balance in regards to this, but... Again, Torch is supposed to have, like, the top health. Now, and I'm, like, right there, you know, like, a lot of damage, but it seems like I was barely, like, putting a dent in him. Yeah, I got his health down the first time, but... Ay, okay. Now, if I can find the totem, you know, pyramid, that's at least one thing. Well, at the very least, I'm gonna go and check out the attic. Like, because it seems like I'm definitely not probably gonna be winning any rounds in this, like, in regards to just, like, the single player. Now, this is what I think this is. Maybe the setting of Puppet Master 2. Okay, yeah, so yeah, Puppet Master 2 here. They updated this and compared to the teaser. I mean, to the multiplayer prototype. Looks a lot better. Alright, so what? So we got the 10 Raven statues and the totem pyramids here and complete levels Blade. I'll be lucky to just complete this. Okay, it looks like that's another, is that another Faust? I don't know, I was gonna say I thought that was like another Faust, poster right there, but they just like, you know, distressed it. Yeah, but I can really see that, you know, the main way I'm gonna be playing this moving forward is gonna be the, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be, like, you know, the, like, that's obviously gonna be the main mode everyone's gonna be playing, the multiplayer. But I just hate it because, like, the single player, like, has all those lore entries where, but you can't really get them because, like, the AI is so broken. So really seems like the best thing you can do is just try to focus on trying to find the Raven statues and all that. Found one right here. But I don't even know if it actually is the... See, that's the thing. Where'd he come from? Alright, that's it. Come here. I've had it with you. So Blade... See? So that's the thing. Blade does a huge amount of damage when you can get close enough, but... It's not really gonna matter here, because I'm... See now, how in the world does he go down there that quick when he's like kraut, when he's... See, now that right there is what's messed up too. You get up on him, he kicks you away, and then you ragdoll for like a few seconds, so you can't really do any more damage to him. So I can see like this mechanic is where like it's like they designed this based around multiplayer mechanics instead of single player. Because obviously I think the way that's supposed to work is that, you know, you're supposed to have like multiple puppets on him, so if he kicks one away, the others can attack him. See, like he kicks you right there, and like the moment he falls, and then you're down for like, and then like he has like such a small amount of time before he can get back up. And I was supposed to have invincibility frames right there, and right, I guess right after the thing, like he... No, how dare you? See? That's, you know... Normally I wouldn't, like, you know, try... Like, if I feel like, you know, I'm playing a game and I'm definitely sucking at it, I'll admit it. But I reiterate, like, the bot here, there's a lot of, you know, balancing that needs to be done. And I remember, like, when I was actually looking on Steam, there was, like, other players, people I think that played, I think were saying the same thing. So, now I think about it. Alright, we already tried that. Let's go in, because I want to at least, like, try out the puppets. So we tried Pinhead, we tried Six Shooter, Torch, Tunneler, and Blade. We still need to try out Jester and Leech Woman. Let's see, we got, like, that. Pretty sure I can't even heal myself with it. Oh, yeah, that's now, and that's... Definitely not stealthy. How can you jump? Let's see here. That's the way we came from, right? Yeah. Jester's fast though. Kind of expected, because like I said, usually, you know, in a lot of the movies, he kind of like I said, was like kind of like he was a trickster. You know, he was really fast, like, and he would like, you know, mess with someone, then like go somewhere else, and usually he was setting them up, you know, for one of the other puppets to attack. One really good example is in Puppet Master 4. He did that with Pinhead. I think I actually tagged him right there. Wait, are you trying to tell me that? Is it bad that I think like Jester might be one of the most broken ones I've played as so far? Okay, now he went through the door right there. That was messed up. Okay, so that was a bit of a bust. Try Leech Woman. Because at first he was running from me, and then he started, like, just, you know, coming at me no matter what. Because a lot of times we try attacking, they run away. What's this do? Okay, that's just... So she's got herself, like, a little, Zerg rush. So she actually can... She technically is actually the fastest puppet in the game just from this right here. That's actually terrifying. So she actually, I guess, like, kind of acts like a bug or whatever. Acts like a leech or whatever. Actually, you know, just crawls. I mean, I don't think leeches are that fast, but... So she actually really does have, like, a lot of potential to, like, to be a pretty, you know... We want to top tiers for these characters. Maybe top tier with that, just because that ability alone. She can, like, really close the distance really quick, like. Keep someone, like, on their toes trying to run away from her. All she's got right now is the knife and everything. Alright, so they did my girl pretty good, you know, just with that one, you know, thing right there. That was, like, really awesome. But again, this whole map right here has been expanded, too. Because I think, like, what I'm seeing is originally this, what I think was, like, you know, the attic. I think was part of the, I think, like, Hang on, hold that thought. Where'd he go? So I did peg him with that leech. And that does like damage over time for a few seconds. What's that? What is that? What's this door? That's new. I'm having a feeling that might have something to do with Sutak. With the totems. I've never seen that before. I mean, even in the movies. So, I mean, maybe that's something that only, like, you know, a human player can interact with. And I'm gonna go back and see if I can just open it, but... I wonder what that was. See, and Leech Woman actually has, like, the potential, like, to continue to, like, just do damage even when... Yeah, I can't open the door. Alright, hold on a sec. Please step on it. I got him. Doesn't see she can do damage without even being close to them. And the fact that her leeches have such... God! Yeah, okay, yeah, she's top tier. You look at that, she basically can just like continuously throw leeches on them. Yeah, she can be like probably like one of the most deadliest puppets in this. And the leeches have range on them too. Look at that! I mean, aside from that, where, yeah, Leech Woman is actually brutal. Okay, yeah. She's nasty. They actually definitely improved her compared to the original. Leech Woman is, and plus this, you can basically just peg them with leeches from right here. This is funny. Yeah, Leech Woman is very nasty in this. She's top tier. No doubt about it. She's probably gonna be like one of the best ones to play as. Cause look at that, you know, the loot. Yeah, this is, yeah, okay, surprisingly, Leech Woman is actually very, she doesn't have the most health, but she does not have to get close to actually do anything. So yeah, in multiplayer match, where Leech Woman actually will probably be a very, you know, good choice. I don't know how you're kicking, dude. Oh, and then he's gonna try to shoot at me when I'm down. That's the only way he actually can hit me, little bastard. You ain't got rid of me yet. And that actually can land on when you hit him with it too. Like if it's like you don't actually have to like put it on the ground. Just that kick is so devastating. You can walk on me afterwards. Where'd he go? I lost him. Cause I guess like really, that's the only thing about it. It's kind of weird. Cause I'm guessing there's gotta be like some kind of way you gotta get up on them or whatever to actually, you know, damage them, you know, when they're down. But I haven't been able to figure it out. Maybe that's my problem. If I can actually get their health down or whatever, like they might actually be a lot easier to kill. Like it's basically like when you get them prone, maybe there's a way to kind of do like, cause it's supposed to be like, you know, ways you can kill them outright when they're like that, when they're prone. But I haven't figured it out yet. So in the fact like he's randomly shooting at me out of nowhere, I'm not even close to him. See, and then that right there. I was doing good, and I know where he just comes after me and starts shooting. It may just be that, like I said, he is tough to take down, but it may just come down to it that I've got to, like, you know, figure out how to actually damage, like, actually kill him when he's, like, down on the floor. But I did get another lore page, at least. I guess just from going here. Let's hear what this one is. Wait, hold on a sec. All right, yeah, we got one, yeah, so there's like 5 for each. So that's all of them collectively. We got this right here. This is 1941. This was 2 years after what happened to Pinhead.
7 April 1941. With the death of Klaus, the murder of my beloved Elsa has been avenged.
This is after Events Puppet
For
Master
the
3.
moment, the secret of my magic and my puppets is safe. I must escape Germany before the Gestapo finds me, and the formula falls into the wrong hands. Von Kirsting, the printer, he will forge me a passport. Peter, the boy who wants nothing more in the world than to be my assistant, will travel with me to Switzerland. He believed we were on some kind of adventure. That naivete endangered him. It got his father killed. He knows better now, but he still believes that we will travel together to America. I cannot do that to him. I cannot put this life upon another child. I know all too well how that feels. And I know, as do my friends, that being close to my heart only leads to death. My friends knew what they signed up for. They wanted that chance to keep fighting, to right the wrongs that led to their own demise. But it is monstrous to imagine that for a child. Peter told me he has family in Switzerland. Once I tell them what has happened, as much as I can, they will understand. So will he too one day, though I suspect he will hate me for a long time. He loves me, and he will feel betrayed, but at least he will be alive.
So I'm guessing what they're trying to say is that he let Peter. This is like after the events of Puppet Master 3. Not gonna spoil too much for you guys, but yeah, at the end of the game, or at the end of the movie, Toulon and Peter got on a train going to Switzerland. Peter was this kid that he met, like, during the movie. But yeah, so that was, of course, some lore, based on Puppet Master 3. So I'm guessing this says 5/3, 1941. I'm guessing this pretty much is gonna like lead up. It says 1902 to 1939. So yeah, it starts off 1902 and then goes 1939. I'm having a feeling 1939 might actually have something to do with Tunler. Somewhere along there is gonna probably be what happened to his wife. So what I kind of like wish they would do about this, by the way, I may actually need to go back and check the just make sure before I actually start talking. I'm guessing single player is probably gonna be like maybe like some kind of other mode they're gonna add in eventually as well. Let me check audio. So we got voice chat and everything. The dialogue there, I feel like there definitely needs to be subtitles. The audio files are like the voice, like the little, I guess like journal entries. There really does need to be subtitles for that. I mean, mainly not just for those who want to like actually read what was being said as well, or maybe at the very least if there actually was a way to kind of like zoom in and actually see the text as it kind of see the text like on the journals. But I just would like to feel like the most simple way if they could like add in like subtitles. That would definitely be like a really good thing. So yeah, let me actually go make sure once again, because I don't think it actually is gameplay. Yeah, field of view, audio, controls. Yeah, there's no subtitles. So let me see. We're gonna go in. Like, if I can figure out how to take out the because it said like kill like one guy or whatever. I'm thinking it may be the only one that'll spawn in. We take him out, we can just explore as much as we want. See, because obviously there's finishers right there. Because it showed it right there. So Tunler like drilling through Gallagher's eye. So there's definitely got to be finishers. I just don't know exactly. Let me disconnect. I just thought about it. I'm gonna check the controls, see if there is a button for it. Probably won't be, but I won't see one. There's a lean and everything. It doesn't say if it's exclusive to the puppets or whatever. Yeah, see, I don't see anything based around, so I'm thinking, like, what worries me is you might have to actually get their health down some more or something. There's gotta be a way, obviously, to, hopefully initiate the whole, that's pretty cool right there. I like that. No, it seems, okay, it seems to me like their, why does it look like, their, designs kind of took a little bit of a hit right there? Or at the very least, Blade kind of looks like cartoony. I'm gonna go back in with Pinhead again. Because that's the key thing about him, if I'm correct. He can't be knocked out by pushes or kicks. So if I can at least go in here and knock this guy down, I can try to test things, see if I can figure out how to actually do a fatality. But it may just be something that, you have to like get their health down more or something. I don't know. It's too bad, like, you can't do this mode like with friends. On this though, I see like I'm gonna bop him. Throw a brick at him. Once I can figure out like locations of these things or whatever. Why can't I destroy it? Wait, hold on. So I was trying to say that I wish that. So apparently these things they are actually it's collective between rounds. So I guess like when you destroy the statues, they remain destroyed. So at least that's one good thing. You don't have to actually go back through and have to redo it. Well, the only thing that kind of really bugs me is that it does seem like, you know, some of the lore stuff I remember, like, you know... Hey, is that a vial? What's that doing here? I guess it's for health, so you actually can't find health upgrades when you're playing. There's another Raven statue. Alright, hold on, never mind. Apparently Pinhead... Why can't Pinhead destroy them? Unless I gotta use this. Okay. I don't know if I encountered a glitch or something, or what. Can I just hit it? So apparently that one up there... So they don't carry over between rounds. That one up there, I had to throw a brick at it. I'm not even gonna bother going back for it, because it's not like I'm probably gonna, you know... If I can just take this guy out, I'd be happy. Because I had a feeling if you do it once, you probably like, won't get a bonus for it again. Because we go by this... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, that's how you get, like, the pages. But I don't understand, like, why they gave me one randomly. For just joining in. I don't know. Alright. Let me go back down there so I can find this guy. At the very least, if I had nothing else this round, I'm gonna chuck a brick at him. This kind of like makes me worry because, like, you know, if the human characters are this powerful, or at the very least this guy is, I hate to see, because the thing is, this guy like has like less health than Gallagher, and Gallagher had like the most health, or I hate to see how it's gonna be. I have to deal with him. I think he's gonna be like raid boss levels. It's just gonna like suck even more now if like you're fighting someone playing as Dana and they smack you with a wine bottle. I feel like it's gonna be embarrassing, especially since they actually can kill a puppet if they get hit with it. There you go. I knocked him to the... Okay. Okay, that needs to be fixed too. Huh? If you want to box, we can box, bro. See, that was kind of a sin right there. Just, I knocked him off. He disappeared. See, and I was trying to do something there or whatever, and he disappeared again. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's messed up. So I couldn't even do anything to him because he just disappeared then. Okay, this makes no sense. Okay, yeah, that's another thing. And at least, at the very least, like, what I can do for this, like, for the devs is just, I guess it's gonna be considered, like, you know, be bug testing for them. I mean, that's the thing. They did say this is not just really early access. It's also kind of like an open beta. So, of course, it's gonna be bugs, you know, and again, I'm pretty sure chances are they're probably gonna be, like, looking at, like, whatever they can in regards to, you know, people streaming this or let's playing it or whatever, see, like, what they can balance. I said, this, I mean, this has, like, the potential to definitely be, like, a really fun game once they get it, you know, much more optimized and everything. I mean, it's already as fun. Like I said, once I come back from my hiatus, I'm definitely gonna be playing this with the Septus. See, and that's the problem right there, too. I knocked him... well, never mind. I forgot. I didn't actually incapacitate him. I just knocked him down with the brick. So once I incapacitate him, I'm going to see if I actually can properly, you know... See, this right here. And then, like, once you do enough damage, they just run away and they can just move a whole lot faster than you. Yeah, well, the question is, can you move a lot faster than a brick? Then, again, their kick is so... Yeah, that's the main thing that's complaining or wherever. Like, when they kick at you, wherever, that's... Yeah, I'm gonna at least hit you with this brick one more time if I can before you do anything else. Where'd you go? And I played The Last of Us. I know how to utilize a brick, punk. And that happened. So that's the thing. It's basically like, you know, you get them incapacitated, but they still have such a powerful way of actually defending themselves. You got like so many other games, like, okay, you know, they have like a gun where they can use like to shoot people off of them, like, namely like, you know, I think like Left 4 Dead and stuff like that. But in this one, it's like they kick you and incapacitate you. And even when you're playing as Pinhead, you have this whole perk where you can't get knocked down, but it still damages you. It just really just feel like this bot can like melt through your health no matter who you're playing as. When you get incapacitated, you really can't do much else to him anyway, it seems. If you try to come at him with any of the other puppets, which probably like really do a lot of damage to him, like Blade, for example, you know, they kick you away. You know, Leech Woman's got the, you know, the perk of being able to shoot them from afar, and I'm actually gonna go back to her real quick. Just teach this guy lessons, since, you know, we've seen like just how godly, you know, Leech Woman is. But it's just, you know, like I said, maybe there's like something I'm missing regardless of how to do the instant kills or whatever. Might need to look that up. But again, I do like, you know, still, of course, you know, rationalize and acknowledge that the game is not, you know, I mean, it's playable. You know, it's definitely, you know, different, like, and it's definitely, you know, really fun. I mean, I definitely really did enjoy, like, how the multiplayer prototype was. I kind of wish they could have stayed like that to an extent, but, you know, I really, you know, do support the developers in the new direction they're taking with this. It is cool, like, actually seeing the puppet when you're playing as them. You know, seeing them instead of just their arms and everything. But, again, this game definitely, like, I mean, it looks much better. They definitely just need to add, like, a lot more polish to it. I'm still curious about this door. Once they get this, like, you know, really, you know, more optimized and add more stuff to it, I feel like out here I'm gonna die. That's what I figured. I'm gonna try 6-shooter out again. But again, pretty sure once I actually get around to doing the multiplayer stuff for this, that's gonna be like, you know, much more, you know, much more fun experience. I just wish that, you know, for the fact that this is how you get like more lore, that this was like, you know, a bit like more simple. Because it really seems like the only way you really can, like, the best thing you can do is just go around and try to find the ravens. Try to find those. You gotta do that all in one round, which of course you're not timed or anything. So I can get the jerk's attention. Well, no, I might have to actually kill this guy before I can access that door or something. I don't know. I still wish that there was like a button you use like to do a fatality or whatever that I could figure it out, but that's one called, I was going to call it a fatality. Basically what it is, you know, it instantly kill them. There's like some kind of particular requisites that you have to another one at least. Which I told him exactly where I was, which I really don't care. Trying to find him, so. Oh, so that's how you reload, at least. Pretty cool little touch in regards to having him, like, you know, do his little spin, but it kind of makes me think that if I do that or whatever, and like there's an enemy nearby, they're gonna know right where I am. Where'd he go? Figure out what this guy is. Pretty sure you should definitely be able to see me coming hear me coming a mile away. Like I said, the spurs. Very least. Make sure everything's loaded before that guy comes back in. I don't see him anywhere. I know the guy didn't just like yeet off the map again. Like when I knocked him through the floor previously. there another raven around here or something? No, I guess not. I'm not seeing that guy anywhere now. I feel like, you know, the AI would have like some kind of thing where it maps it like to you, where if you don't find it after like a while, maybe it'll actually try to come up to you or something. That feels probably like back down here on this floor. I know I shot him and then he ran. Just trying to find him now. See, he still didn't, like, you know, trip my trap right there. Okay, so now I can't even find this dork. Is that what that was? Can't really tell. Arcadia. I don't know what that is. Let's be real. Chances are, like, you know, trying to find, like, you know, these raven statues. That's gonna be like, that's gonna be tricky in its own right. Trying to find all those. Okay, I'm confused. I know he went up this way before. I'm having a feeling he probably didn't just, like, stick around over here. I don't think I've ever went to this door before. Like, ever. I'm pretty sure this means that it's trying to say that's closed off and I can't go down there anyway. Or I could, but... Here's something. Like, there he goes. See if I can give him a good pop real quick. Ah, darn it. Okay, well, he's gonna have to come back down here at some point. I'm at least gonna make sure that, you know, if he tries to, he's gonna have a little surprise waiting for him. Let's try this again. I'm going after him. I'm lucky if he tries to go back down the stairs, he'll get caught in that trap. I know it's not really going to do much if I'm not there to take advantage of it. Who are you kicking? You think that's funny? Head trauma. Oh, would you look at this? We got ourselves... See? Yeah, I'm still reloading, punk. Wait till I get up. Six shooter can be pretty beastly as well if I can land that headshot on him. Oh, you better be lucky you got out of the way. And he's gone. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they're just like... What's that? What was that? Ah, okay. Alright, so honestly, guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and call it on it right here and everything. Not out of frustrations. Because like I said, this is early access. Well, I mean, I will admit it is kind of frustration. Yeah, contemporary not yet. Yeah, I know all too well. Because like I said, I mainly wanted to kind of go this. I wanted to spend really plan on playing for a long time tonight anyway. Admittedly, I was hoping that maybe like going into like the single player mode, things would be like a little more balanced. But I kind of think I see what I saw a few people talk about on Steam. They're saying that the bot was a bit broken. That's definitely the case there. Like I said, maybe there's like some means in regards to doing the fatalities I'm missing, but it really does feel like what you gotta do is you gotta get their health down again. You have to like incapacitate them a certain amount of times and actually, you know, before you do the fatality. Like I said, the problems that there are with that is it seems like regardless of what puppy you're playing as, it really doesn't matter in regards to the health because it seems like he can just like shoot at you like perfectly and you have to like be right up there up under him where he can't really aim at you that well. And even still, it's like when they do the kick, that's like more devastating because like it can like, you know, have you like down the ground prone, they can shoot at you right there. But the main frustrations I have with that is that you get them down, and it seems like when you do that or whatever, they get to get back up at a certain point. Like, you know, you get their health down and you incapacitate them, and they're able to just a few seconds later, they're back up again. And I don't know, there's like some kind of system in place, you got like, you know, incapacitate them a certain amount of times, but before you can actually probably finish them off. But still, the issue with that is just like, even when you're, you know, you're getting the health down, it seems like there's like a lot of inconsistencies, because, you know, you try to shoot at them, they run away, they get like much faster. And I guess that's actually like how it would be like if, you know, you're playing in a multiplayer match anyway. You know, if there's a human player and they're getting attacked by the puppets, of course, try to run away to keep from getting, you know, hurt by them. But it's just a factor that, you know, it seems like inconsistencies, and sometimes I would be shooting it, and they'll be constantly trying to run away from me, and then, like, I can just keep on hitting them. And then at other points, like, you know, it seems like they wouldn't know I'm there, and then next thing I know, out of nowhere, bam, they're just right there shooting at me. So the AI is definitely, you know, needs some balancing. Especially considering the whole concept of how you try to get up on them to hurt them, and they do that kick. You know, they kick you or whatever it is, send you like away for like 5 seconds, and you put that in the combination of not just, you know, being incapacitated for that amount of time, but they get like a very small, basically this whole window where they're not like incapacitated for a while, so they kick you, and that's precious time you spend like trying to hurt them, but you can't hurt them unless you either get close enough or whatever. But like with each woman in 6-shooter, it's different. You can basically hit them from afar, and even with Jester, you can do damage to them, but it seems like it doesn't really matter because they just get back up. So you try to get close to someone like Pinhead, he doesn't get like knocked down by kicks or punches, but it still hurts him. It seems like it does a decent amount of damage. The rest of the puppets fall down when it happens. And with Blade, you have to get close. With Tunneler, you have to get close. Torch, not necessarily close, but like you still have to get like at least in some range to be able to shoot them with your flamethrower, and they can kick you at that distance. So it's just, the main issue here is the factor that, you know, you get their health down or whatever, you get them down the ground and whatnot, you know, they're still able to defend themselves so well. You know, because in some of the movies, like when someone was prone by, like was knocked down by the puppets, usually they'd like grab them or whatever, or if they were like, you know, like one of the main ways that some of the puppets would get attacked is when they, you know, got like hit on the person or whatever, the person would like pick them up and throw them or something like that. Usually it happened a lot with Pinhead. Pinhead had a habit of like getting thrown a lot. Makes sense because he's the tank out of them, so of course he could take the damage. But that's just the kind of way I look at that, you know. If this is a multiplayer thing, I can kind of understand. But in a multiplayer session, I think like how this is probably supposed to work is that, you know, the puppets will swarm someone when they're incapacitated. Like, you know, one player like gets someone down on the ground, and other players will try to basically swarm them. So you stave off one person, like one puppet. You still have the other ones you gotta deal with. But this thing is like, you know, this guy can like, the bot is able to like take on one puppet no problem, and like steadily defend themselves. So it really feels like doing this or whatever. And they're talking about like, you know, complete thing with Blade. That's a challenge in itself. Because I guess like the main thing you're supposed to do is like you're supposed to take down like, you know, the human player or human character. And again, this whole thing you have to find like all the Raven things, the totem temple. I think if you can figure out where that is, that probably wouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, another thing I kind of want to point out for the developers in the event they possibly see the stream, of course, is a little typo there in regards to Toulon's journal. It says journal, says that. But overall, that aside, I like the direction the game is going. I do miss some of the stuff from the multiplayer prototype. One key thing, an example also, was the fact that whenever you killed like the human characters, they would do like a full-on split. I kind of miss the splits because it was like so hilarious. And I do miss like a lot of aspects of like the first-person nature of the puppets in the original, in the multiplayer prototype. I do miss that. But I do like the fact that they are like definitely showing like a direction in regards to trying to make the puppets like, you know, getting like balances to them in regards to stats that really fit like how they probably would play in the movies. I do like that they added in new characters, like Dana's playable now, Gallagher's playable. And again, you know, that makes me worry because like if like Max or whatever this guy is, you know, the random one that walks around, I think they named him Max. I think what his name is supposed to be. You know, if his health like isn't as high as Gallagher's, I hate to see like you're trying to like take on Gallagher, but it kind of would make sense because in like, you know, the first movie when the puppets were dealing with him, it took all of them working together to actually defeat him pretty much. So that all the puppets had to gang up on him, like to actually, you know, get to him, you know, really do their thing. So I understand, like, if someone picked Gallagher, he could be, like, you know, probably, like, the most broken human character in the game so far, especially considering, like, even some of the other, like, when one of the other human characters in the first movie was trying to fight Gallagher, they couldn't handle him. You know, Gallagher was a beast. So, that's my thing. I would definitely like to see them, like, you know, update the bot, at least do some kind of difficulty slider to where it makes it easier or harder to deal with. Because I would definitely, like, see, this is probably, like, hard level in regards to dealing with the bot. But, like, I'd like to see them do, like, some kind of slider in regards to the bot's behavior. But I do feel like they're definitely going to probably work on that. Because I really think that chances are what they're doing with this is they're probably, like, you know, putting the most focus on probably, like, the multiplayer aspects of the game. And they'll try to update the single-player stuff because I'm pretty sure they know that, like, the multiplayer is going to be, like, where people are going to be mostly playing. Because that's, like, the main selling point of this game. Can't really say selling point because it's free to play, but you get it. So, I would definitely can't wait to see, like, what they're going to do in regards to adding more puppets. I know the totems are probably going to be eventually playable, like, for, you know, people to play as. Even though the totems never actually worked with the puppets in the movies, they actually were adversaries. Obviously, the Capitron is going to be back in here at some point. He was in the multiplayer teaser. At some point, they're definitely going to, or multiplayer prototype. I'm pretty sure the Capitron's definitely going to be put back in. That's a given. Would be nice to see, like, you know, if not skins, actual full-on playable versions of the retro puppets from Retro Puppet Master. Be cool to see Mephisto in this, in a way. You know, he was made like a threat, like an actual puppet that was utilized in the Action Lab stuff. It would be, like, cool to even maybe see, like, you know, some of the ones from the Axis movies, like, you know, Bombshell, Blitzkrieg, I think Weremal or whatever it was. I can't remember its name. Would be neat to kind of see them possibly as well, like, see, like, some of the evil puppets in that regard. Because I feel like there'd be a nice balance, like, be nice if, you know, didn't just have Totem in there, because Totem's normally, like, the evil puppet. I say evil puppets that the Toulon's puppets haven't been evil before. But again, it's based around their alignment. You know, if you're, you know, if their master is, like, good or not. It would be cool to see, like, you know, other human characters such as Rick Myers from Puppet Master 4 and 5. It'll be awesome, you know, also maybe see Susie, you know, who was Rick's girlfriend. Who are some other ones? I think it was Dandy Coogan, I think was his name. He was from the Axis movies. There's, like, several, like, you know, heroes and also villains from the Puppet Master stuff that they could definitely bring in. They had, like, you know, the human characters in the multiplayer prototype. They were based around, I think, like, the design of how, like, you know, of the human, you know, the antagonist from Retro Puppet Master. So it'd be cool to see that. It'd even be probably, like, cool to actually see, like, you know, a playable version of Retro Toulon. Maybe even actually the guy Rolf Toulon from Puppet Master 3 and all that. There's so many ways they can go with this. I mean, of course, the only problem there is that they probably would be better off having, like, to go with, like, the humans that actually were antagonized by the puppets. So, you know, Toulon wouldn't make sense for him to be fighting his puppets. So it'd have to be either, like, the ones that the puppets, like, were going after when the puppets were evil. So that would mean, like, Rick Myers wouldn't even really make sense. Unless you want to try, like, role reversal and have it where, like, you know, these are, like, the Puppet Master 1 and 2 versions of them where they actually were evil. So, which kind of, like, makes sense in regards to the fact that, because Rick was their master in Puppet Master 4 and 5, but Dana was just, like, you know, one of the sidekicks that came to the Bodega Bay Inn to investigate, you know, Gallagher's, you know, discoveries or whatever, after he called them all there. So it'd be more likely, you know, better to see, like, you know, Dana, I think Alex, I think was from the, I think it was Alex Whitaker. What was his last name? Let me look that up real quick. It was Alex. Yeah, Alex Whitaker. Yeah, Alex was, like, the main pro-tag. It was one of the primary pro-tags of the first movie. So I would say bringing Alex, like, you know, doing something with Alex alongside Dana for the first movie, since we got two characters from the first movie. We got Neil Gallagher and we got Dana. Yeah, Dana Hadley. And if not just them, they want to bring in more Carlissa, you know, Carlissa Stanford. She was, like, you know, one of the main ones the puppets antagonized. So bringing in some of them, if you want to go the route of 2, I feel like, you know, next thing they probably want to do is bring in some characters from Puppet Master 2. So I'm trying to get a refresh course on what their names were. If they were to, like, to bring in, like, you know, the human characters from that, obviously it would be like Carolyn. I feel like, you know, Carolyn, I think Wanda. Yeah, Carolyn, Wanda. I believe there was Michael. There's, like, different ways they can go with it. I feel like another one definitely without a shadow of a doubt I would like to see would be Camille. But there's different ways they can go about that. Because Camille, was like, you know, another character from Puppet Master 2, which kind of give you guys like a little bit of idea on something right here without actually really spoiling it. Camille can be seen on the cover of this issue of the Action Labs comics from on issue 4. That's Camille, but I'm not really gonna say too much else about that. And that makes me think of, like, you know, a version of André Toulon, because now I think about it, the puppets did go against him in one of the movies. So if they did that version of Toulon, possibly brought in Camille, though technically she didn't actually, you know, wasn't actually someone the puppets clashed with, really, in the movies. But they did something with Camille. They were to do something with, like, you know, Toulon in Puppet Master 2, not really giving away, like I said, too much of the plot there, but they did clash with him in that one. They were to do something with Alex from the first movie, Carlissa, or I'm saying her name wrong, I think. Was it Carlissa or Carlissa? Yeah, Carlissa. If they wanted to go like the Puppet Master 3 route, there's like some antagonists they could use there. Some who were pretty, you know, I kind of like Kraus. Was it Kraus? Because as much as I've seen the movies, I'm trying to remember like their names the best I know. I believe it was Kraus. Let me just make sure of that, because I want to make sure I'm not trying to act like I'm such an uber fan here, like I'm saying the names wrong. Yeah, Kraus. So at least I'm confirming it. Like, I've got the names right. But it's mainly in the sense of, like, needing a refresher course, like, in regards to not watching the movies in a while. But at least I am remembering most of the names. So, yeah, Kraus. It would be cool if they kind of, like, put him in. Because he was, like, a major, you know, basically was the main antagonist of 3. So, like, yeah, Kraus, Carlissa, Alex, could possibly put in Rick Myers, even though he was, like, you know, their, the first time, like, when they first turned good, he was their master in that one. But we were to, like, try to, like, maybe roleplay where the puppets are bad. You know, Puppet Master, like, 1 and 2, era, you know, puppets, and they're actually trying to kill Rick. They did something with Susie, like I said, maybe even, like, Retro Toulon. There's, like, so many different characters, you know, regards to good and bad, you know, characters. Good and evil characters from the movies they could, like, bring in as human characters. I'm pretty sure they're gonna definitely be, like, you know, giving, like, a whole lot more. Because right now we just got Max, and we've got, you know, Dana, and then we got Gallagher. So there's definitely gonna be, like, I'm pretty sure plenty more human characters. Just gotta wait and see. So, again, other than, like, the balancing of the bot, or that definitely needs some a whole lot of tweaking, and so on, and me missing, like, you know, the first-person perspective of some of the mechanics of the multiplayer prototype, which again was back in 2015, so I can understand things being, like, heavily updated now. I definitely love this. I can't wait to, you know, play more of this when I come back from my hiatus, and I'm gonna be, like, doing this alongside Deceptus, because I'm probably not gonna touch the single-player mode again until I either figure out what to do in regards to the fatality stuff, because maybe that's something I'm doing wrong there. I still feel like, you know, the AI, if that's the case, the AI is still very much imbalanced. Just really difficult to deal with just that kick. But multiplayer mode is the way I'm definitely going to be playing this. I'm probably going to look up some stuff off stream, see if anyone else actually figured out how to take on the bot and get the other lore stuff. Maybe actually locate the stuff for the Ravens, figure out what that skull door was. Might try to look into that. It's just launched today, so I'm doubting I'll probably find too much. But we'll see. But next stream for this, whatever the case, will definitely be like the multiplayer mode. But anyways, the Puppet Trunk, I really did love that as well. I love the concept of the single player thing and like in the voice acting there, because it is kind of cheesy, but again, not in a bad way, because this is what I remember from this in the 90s. I'm just gonna have to make sure that, you know, I stay away from like the single player mode until I at least figure out what to do, like what if I'm doing something wrong here. You know, I'm not. It is like just purely just balancing issues, like others have said, and I feel like that actually is what the case is. I'm just gonna probably stay away from this and just focus on just trying to play the multiplayer stuff. It would be cool if there was like a way you could do this, like where it's like a story thing where you could play with friends at least. That'd be probably one of the best ways to balance this out, where you actually could, like, you know, play as others and do this little story thing with the journals and try to collect the journals alongside your friends, because considering how big the maps are, also like have them, like, you know, help you out find the statues and all that. But either way, game definitely needs a lot more work, but I'm liking the direction it's going. I'm happy I finally got to play this, like, you know, on launch day. It was worth me, like, holding off on my hiatus one more day to go in and do this. You know, obviously I haven't played, like, my normal 3 hours like I usually do for streams. But I can't wait to play more. Absolutely love this. You know, in October games, you know, you're knocking it out of the park with this. I just, you know, definitely want you guys to hopefully polish that bot a little bit, because it was a bit of a pain. And, you know, you're making this fan of this, you know, this movie series proud, like, you know, with the lore, setting, and all that. So thank you for making this game, and I'm glad you guys finally were able to actually get this out there, you know, officially, you know, and I can't wait to see, like, what it's like, you know, post early access. So Anyways, rogues, you know, that's basically it for the stream. And once again, kind of show it for those like who may not watch the first part of this because it came in. We did unboxing for these guys earlier on. That coincidentally, they came in on the day of the launch of this. Like, I got these in the mail. So we did launch for my... I don't even think I actually opened this up earlier to show what they look like. Just in case I didn't. But yeah, like I said, these figures are smaller. They're not actually the size of the puppets in the movie. They're like 1 foot tall. It would be cool if they actually did like 2 packs of this where they actually were like, you know, scale size. But yeah, obviously it kind of has like, you know, you can see like Blade has his little variants, like a bloody face, like with his eyes like poking out more. And he's got like a bloody stiletto. The Torch, of course, has like a little, he's got his torch, and I think like he's got his torch there. And I think like the design on these actually are different too on the inside. Yeah, they're a bit differently designed. I don't know how much I would like to actually display these probably with the figures showing and everything. I don't think I actually can stack them. But cause I definitely don't want to take them out of the box. So I'm just gonna probably just have them here like on my shelf, like on a little horror shelf back there. At least they're still visible and everything. And the box art, I just love the box art. So whatever the case, kind of closed out this little unofficial Puppet Master day for me, technically, considering the fact that, like I said, got to play this, you know, the same day my Torch and Blade figures came in. Like I said, I was watching Dr. Death earlier today. It was like one of the puppets from like Retro Puppet Master, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish that movie up. Cause again, get my get my 90s era horror cheese on, even though the game came out last year, or not the movie came out last year. But yeah, when I get back from my hiatus, I'm gonna like, you know, definitely try to set something up for the set for this. Plus, for those who've been watching my Forewarned stuff and know that Septus hasn't exactly been able to play with me and Big DT43 because his copy of Forewarned has been messed up. He actually finally got it to work. So when I come back from my hiatus, won't just be me and Mac playing Forewarned moving forward. There's gonna be sessions, of course, where we're gonna finally have the Septus joining us for that. So stay tuned for that as well. But anyways, until next stream, rogues, whenever that is, whenever I get moved in my new house and everything, get things set up, which should probably be like my desk building stream once I figure out how to actually kind of get that going. Till next one, much love to any of those who came and hung out with me for this, and I'll see you guys whenever I get back to streaming. But until then, you guys be safe, and thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching my stream. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to follow me and hit that notification bell. You can also find me on Instagram and join my Guilded server to hang out and join in on occasional movie nights. If you're an aspiring streamer, my website contains a collection of over a dozen completely free text guides with advice to help you out. Sections dedicated to proper networking, the importance of channel panels, handling dead air, and many other topics. You can find a link to my website on my Twitch and YouTube channels. See you guys next time.